Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-100Y, the box tank. It's a Tier 6 Soviet premium tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Ruinberg, and this one is under the command of SpybotAF. Okay, into action. 2 marks of excellence on his barrel, so he's played this quite a few times. It's basically a 13cm naval gun mounted on top of a T-100 heavy tank. They only made one of them. They were going to put them into mass production, but they didn't. And it was supposed to be designed to knock down fortifications. But what Wargaming have done is put together basically a tank destroyer, which is a Tier 8 gun on a Tier 6 hull. So it comes up against Tier 6 opposition with that huge gun, which is capable of doing 440 alpha, penetrating 196mm of armor. Oh, first target. He blasts the Panzer IV-H for 389 hit points. He's lost virtually all of his health with just one shot. Okay, he's backing up to reload. Reload time is 13.5 seconds, which is quite long. And of course, this tank can be quite vulnerable if they can either flank it or put shells into the box structure around the gun. And that BDR is a very silly person. He parked himself half around the corner and just allowed SpybotAF to take away all of his hit points, and now he's dead. And this T1 Heavy, God knows what he's doing. He's just parking there with his rear to us so we can ream his... Yes, he's now been thoroughly enamored. Okay, who's next? Churchill 3, poking around the corner, using the BDR wreck for cover. And now he's lost 416 hit points. But he did manage to get a shot into us. And, oh look, he hit the driver's port. Very well shot, but he must have been auto-aiming on to get that. Okay, we're reloaded. Put another round into that Churchill. He's not showing us much this time. And now he's out of the game. Now you can be quite troll with this tank destroyer. But the only problem is you do need to remember that box structure is fairly easy to hit. And if you go into a game that's a higher tier, you might come up against an enemy tank with a gun that's capable of stripping away most of your hit points in one shot. And there goes the OI experimental. Looks like this KV-1 and these P-43Bs are like the vultures, the seagulls from Finding Nemo. They all want to go mine, 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 mine on the remaining enemy. And the last one we've got here is an SU-100. Now, he is capable of carrying a 122mm gun, but I'm not sure if he's got one. Let's have a look and find out if he tries to shoot us. So he hits us in the tracks, but pulls back before he can get shot. Goes round the corner, locks on and blasts him. And he's out the game. So that's 3 kills. Anyone else? Oh, P-43 Biz dies. And that was the Type 58. He got shot in the rear. There's a Type 58 behind us. Cheeky little... Appears that he's been shooting our guys in the ass as well. Took out the KV-1 as well as the P-43 Biz, and our Fifi's just fired around at him. Tries to fire one and bounces off him, and he almost flips the box tank over. Going in for the ram. Yeah, flattens him. Unfortunately, we lost one of our gunners there, and you do need 2 gunners because this gun is really big. 2-part ammunition, needs quite a lot of work. It's one of the reasons why the reload is so long. But it's quite fast actually if you think about it, the way it's moving right now. He's actually motoring quite happily. Now there's only 6 enemies remaining. Striv M42 round the corner. Oh, enemy Arty's nearby. Are we going on to the Striv? Oh, Striv's gone round that way. Oh, there's the Arty. Take aim. And... yep, there you go. So that's 5 kills. Next one, Top Gun. Now, ready for that striv if he comes around that corner. That's where he was headed. Here he is. Hello. Goodbye. Top Gun. Oh, now that hurt. That was the Nashorn. He just lost 240 hit points of damage, and I think that might have been an 88mm round. Of course, you know the Nashorn is basically a Hummel with an 88 instead of the Arty gun. There's only 3 enemies remaining now, a Panzer T25 Nashorn and the M10 RBFM, but with only 60 hit points left, SpybotAF is actually vulnerable to all of them. They could all one-shot him, so he doesn't really want to get seen by them, but if he can, shoot at them from range. And they're over at the east side of the map, so there's no way you can hit them from here. The Nashorn's gone. He might get a shot at one of them between the houses. He's moving to the corner to see if he can actually see them. Oh, Panzer T25 dies just as he lines them up. And I think it was the Panzer T25 who saw him between the buildings. But he's backing up into cover from the M10 RBFM anyway. And I'm pretty sure the other guys can deal with that M10. He hasn't got a full set of hit points. He's only got 34%. And that's it. The game's over. The Panzer 3K gets the kill and it's all over. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tank of a SpybotAF in the SU-100Y, the box tank. He managed to get a duelist and a fire effect out of the minor medals. Out of the battle hero ones, he managed to get a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He got 6 exactly. And his win rate in that game was 10,180, more than Super Unicum standard. So very well done indeed. Let's have a look at team score. Highest damage, 2,912 hit points. He was the only player who managed to get over 2,000, nearly 3,000 hit points of damage in that game. The next high scorer was the Panzer 3K, who managed to get 1,205. And the next one after that was, in fact, the Type 58 with 1,133. He got the highest number of kills, 6. Next highest was that Type 58 with 4 kills, rather cheekily poking his nose around the corner and shooting our guys in the ass when they were least expecting it. But of course he got crushed to death against that building by Spybot. And after that, the next high scorer was the Panzer 3K with 3 kills, and he managed to pick up an Oskins medal. When it came to base XP, it was SpybotAF again. He's got the top in all 3 columns, 1,332 base experience points, and in fact he's the only player who managed to get over 1,000. The next highest scorer being the Panzer 3K with 715 and the other Panzer 3K with 585. He fired 10 rounds, got 10 direct hits, but only 9 penetrations, funnily enough. 2,912 hit points of damage, all of it at close range, received 5 hits from the enemy, 4 of which were penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 250 hit points of damage blocked by armour. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 6, and did 219 hit points of damage assistance, plus he got 40 cap points whilst he was in the cap. 79,214 credits, got 50,000 for completing the mission events. I think that's probably the first mission of the day. 129,214 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition respawn, this ammo isn't that expensive actually. He still took away a profit of 119,566 credits from a game that only lasted 6 minutes long. That's very, very good value. He picked up 2 bonds, one for getting the high caliber, one for getting the top gun, and 1,998 XP times 2 for the first victory. He got a reward for completing the mission of 3,996 and a bonus for this being a premium vehicle of 599, so his total is 8,591 experience points altogether. Now the good thing about the SU-100Y is not only that it's tier 6 and it's got a tier 8 tank, tier 8 gun, it's also that it's a very good crew trainer, because you can actually train up most of your Soviet tank destroyers using the crew or in the SU-100Y, or rather you can actually put the crews of the other tank destroyers into the SU-100Y and share them, and that way your crews get boosted very, very quickly. You can see it's relatively simple if you play it right. So long as the enemy doesn't get your flanks or your rear, you can actually earn a lot of credits and a lot of XP from very short battles indeed. So do consider it. It's worth it as a tank destroyer. It's worth it as a premium, and it can be huge fun as well when you just literally blast away the enemy, especially if you're top tier in a game like this. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. We don't have that many subscribers, which is surprising considering the number of videos we have, the number of different videos we have of tanks as well as Arty, and well, it would be really helpful to us if you did subscribe. Thanks for watching.